I'm so overjoyed again to share another folklore from Yahya Sonko's African storytelling. This is the Unforgotten Stories from the Fountain of African Folklore, Part 1. So he has another one. I hope there is one. I got to look for it. The story that I'm about to share with you is called Egypt. It says the two different lives in ancient Egypt. Noble man. One faithful day, his servant woke him and his wife. Their breakfast was prepared, and someone reminded them of the schedule for the day. He looked at the cupboard where his clothes were kept, but it was hard for him to find what to wear. Someone had to remind him of the clothes he wore within the past week because he didn't want to wear the same clothes. His wife slowly walks to her cosmetic room to put on makeup and choose the best clothes. A few moments later, they sat on the breakfast table set up by the servants. The meal was full of organic vegetables and fruits as well. They had a delightful conversation about politics, local sports, and official appointments with the land's chief overseer. Do you hear that bird? He's about this big. I love the sound, but sometimes they are just, that one is very persistent about whoever he's trying to get their attention. I don't know. The nobleman left the house and his wife supervised cooking the food for the banquet that was supposed to happen on that particular night. The servants fed kids and elegantly dressed them for the specific event. During the evening, their honored guest arrived punctually in an eloquent manner. They were received, served food, and entertained by the musicians. Then they called it a day and happily went to bed. A farmer. One faithful day, a local farmer woke up from the bed covered with a blanket woven by his lovely wife. While his wife prepared breakfast, he gently woke up their children and led them to pray. He didn't spend time figuring out what clothes his children should wear because the exclusive option was the school uniform. The farmer, his wife, and their children ultimately moved to the breakfast table of bread and fruits. Without delay after breakfast, he rushed to his farm to work. His wife began making bread, and the children went to school by themselves. In midday, they took part of their harvest to the local temple to pay tax for the cultivated land. On their way back home, they collected their children from school. They ate, and as it was getting dark, they took a shower and lit the oil lamp. As they were exhausted, they couldn't chat that much longer, but wished one another a good night and went to bed. Moral lesson: it is incumbent on all of us to fight for inequalities of income, gender, race. So basically, they have two different lives. One of them, they don't have a care in the world. They get the finest. They get the finest of food, of clothes, of cosmetics, everything. Life is not a bore. Look at that. Everything is just so good for them, right? Then on the other hand, the farmer, he doesn't have it like that. He doesn't know they don't have the choice of fine clothes. They have to get up and they have to work. They have to work real hard. His wife has to toil and toil. The children, they can't even wear eloquent clothes. They have to wear their school uniforms. They collect their children, they have the oil lamp, they're exhausted because they worked all day. Their life is like night and day, the farmer and the merchant. So I like that one. Let me see if I have any more I'm going to share. But I hope you enjoyed that story. I'm going to find another one to share with you. Thank you.